This is just outside Menard, Texas, and this is a site that I've had, actually put it in a couple of videos, but it was toward the end of a couple of lengthy videos. So I wanted to come in here and dedicate a video just to this, I guess as much for myself as anything. The Presidio de San Saba. Go in and take a look. It's kind of early in the morning, as you can tell by my voice too. But this is the ruins of the Presidio de San Saba, and I always thought it was built in the 1600s. But according to the literature they have out here and their little introduction area, it was built in the 1700s, 1761. But at one time this was a Spanish, whenever it was built, this was a Spanish mission. Of course, it sits on the San Saba River. Please do not climb. Please do not climb walls. People been coming out here climbing the walls. What the hell's wrong with people? Oh, they're probably getting up on top of the entrance there or something and being idiots. Originally there was a Presidio San Luis de la Amarillas, which was built of wood. It was on this site. But they figured out that wasn't going to be quite, they wasn't going to quite do it. A little too dangerous to have wood rather than stone. And so in 1757, or actually that was 1757 when they originally built the wood structure. In 1764 they started replacing the wood structure with stone. And apparently the mission was actually 4 miles down the river. This was built to protect that mission. So I guess it's always kind of been a fort. It's just originally as part of the mission. And by now, I don't know what order I'm going to be posting these videos, but I'm going to do a video at the, actually not even sure what channel the cemetery video is going to be on yet either. But I did a little video at the Pioneer Rest Cemetery in Menard, which was the original cemetery. But the wall around that original cemetery is actually the stone, the original stone that was from here. And some of this has been rebuilt and some of it is new. Now I can't say for sure. My guess would be that this would be part of the new, or rather the original stone. It just looks, just the look of the stone, the look of how it's put together. My guess is that's part of the original. This over here is probably part of the original. But then the actual arch over here might be newer. And of course when I say newer, you know, the early 1900s. And of course this is another place in Menard that I think they've talked many times about, you know, trying to restore it and completely rebuild it, and they just can't get the money put together. But they abandoned the Presidio in 1768. Now, one interesting note. I kind of wonder if that being made of wood, I would imagine that's not the original flagpole, but probably historically accurate or pretty close. I would think that all of the wood has been replaced at one time or another. But the Spanish soldiers were based here, and as a matter of fact, if you've been around the channel or been around what the normal live streams, we brought this up several times. There was a band of Mexican soldiers that were traveling across Texas, and they met their match when they came across the Tayabaya Indians around where I live now, and that group of soldiers, that group of Spanish soldiers, actually started here. This was their base. I'll show you this. This is one of the towers. Now, I don't know exactly how this would have worked, but this little area here, this little tower, they somehow or another they filled this with sand and then put cannons on top of it. Spider. And the first time I came here, I thought, well, you know, these little slots here, that's probably where they shot arrows and stuff, but no, they filled this whole thing with sand and had cannons on top of it. So I don't know. I don't know how that would have worked, or why they would have done it like that. Why not just build like like a stand, if that's what you're going to use it for? Just put basically a big rock here and put a cannon on top of it. But now over here, this is somewhere over here is where the VIP quarters would have been. Now apparently there was a second floor to this too, so I don't know if maybe the VIP quarters would have been on the second floor. But this was also the chapel was over here somewhere. It's a little unclear as to exactly where all of that would have been. I'm guessing this was probably part of the chapel. They have this over here. It just seems like something that maybe where confessions were taken or something. I don't know. My guess is that this would have been part of the VIP area over here. Like I say, you see more wood there, but that's that looks like it. That could just be a hole again, but that might be something. Maybe something went there. I don't know. And we got a big hole over here. That looks. Ugh. What's in there? Other than spider webs. Well, I guess this could have been. This could have been a chapel over here. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, that actually makes more sense. If this was the chapel, because this looks like it would probably been the door, and people that wanted to go into the chapel may have come in here. This may have been like a little greeting area or whatever, and then this would have actually been the chapel here. That's what these other rooms were. Don't really know. But of course all this out here was the courtyard. And and this is where you know, just the civilians would have been. This is where they would have had their cattle. You know, soldiers would have been. And I got to do this joke every time. The soldiers would have been out here marching and training, and then at the end of the day, they went over there and played golf. There's a golf course next door. The outside wall there, or what there is of it, goes around, and most of this out here just would have been open land where, like I said, they would have, I guess the plaza, according to this sign, is what they would have used it for. It says where they would have roasted meat and baked bread and had the livestock, and kids would have been running around, and the soldiers trained. And they finally put danger signs of, oh, I guess that one part finally did crumble. So, yeah, if you did happen to watch at least one of the Menard videos from before, there was part of this, oh yeah, it finally crumbled. It was looking pretty thin over here. There was some of that was held up by not a heck of a lot, and it looks like it finally fell. So yeah, that part over there was over here. And it was, yeah, it looked like a good gust of wind could knock that sucker down. I don't know when it fell, but I guess it finally fell. Alright, just because I did this in the first video, go ahead and do it in what was probably my last video from Presidio de San Saba, unless somebody comes along and decides to completely reconstruct this sucker. If they do that, then I'll come back. But this was, so this is probably my last look here. The Presidio de San Saba. It's outside Menard, Texas. Like I say, it's nothing spectacular, nothing big. But it's a pretty interesting little piece of history. But if you happen to be in Menard, Texas, it's worth coming and taking a look. Nice little piece of history. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Not necessarily in that order. And I will see you next time.